what a great day it is! Another day, another online class. So let's see what we're gonna do today. Oh, so we've got an assignment from Miss Altida. Let me read the instructions. First, make sure you belong to any group of 4 members. And then discuss and compare your own crafted communication model with your team members. From there, make a group's final communication model and make a name too. Lastly, be creative in designing your models, and if you can, make use of colors to enhance your design, please do so. But capitalize more on the elements and arrows or lines linking the essential aspects. Oh, so we will make our own communication model. But before that, let me search something. Because I want to know the different examples of communication model. Let me search it up on the internet. Examples of communication model. What a pain! How long will it take so I can view the different examples of communication model? But you know what? Let's just wait. As what people say, patience is a virtue.
A few moments later.
A few hours later.
Two hours later.
Oh, there you go. So this is one of the examples of communication model. The unconnected communication model. What is this? I have never heard of anything like this before. But let's just watch it.
All of us are aware that Philippines is still part of the countries that have the slowest internet speeds, not just in the world but in Asia. Among 10 member countries of the ASEAN, the Philippines' average mobile internet speed is ranked the second slowest. As a result of this pandemic, we now consider internet access to be a basic necessity as we are now becoming more exposed online. Given that most of the Filipinos, especially us, the younger generation, spend more time on social media and academic platforms, we were aware that we relied on the internet, especially when the pandemic commenced. I know you'll agree since we are more into online selling, online banking, online shopping, and many more to mention. And if we look at the global trends, we can see that this has risen and many people live their lives extensively connected through the internet. And let's go back to our communication model. But the question is, how and why did we come up with our unconnected communication model? My members and I experienced the frustration of doing our schoolworks that need to be researched. Before Typhoon Odette, I can say that the internet connection is so-so, not so good, not so bad. But after Typhoon Odette, it became worse. The internet service provider took so long to restore the internet. And we're having an unstable signal, especially in places far from the city. Given that we already have our class and a lot of homework to do, it frustrates us so much that we are about to cry, and every time we search for something on the internet, it takes a lot of wasted time for it to give us an answer. Or worse, the dinosaur would appear, which means that there's no internet connection for the meantime. So to explain in simple terms our unconnected communication model, the person is the sender who encodes the message to the receiver, and that receiver is the laptop or any gadget such as computer, tablet, iPhone or phone, or many more to mention. And the interference is the unstable internet connection. So for example, a person is searching for questions or looking for information on the internet using his or her gadgets such as phone, laptop, tablet, or computer, and once he or she is done encoding it in Google or any search engine, the receiver, which is the gadget or laptop, won't be able to give the answer right away, and the sender won't be able to receive an answer as soon as possible, and it's because of slow internet connection or no internet connection at all. So to know the meaning behind why we come up with the name Unconnected Communication Model, we have Leslie Rendina to explain why.
So, after thinking deliberately, we came up with a name for our communication model. We called it the Unconnected Communication Model. From the word itself, unconnected, meaning it is disconnected. Like you are having a broken connection and that you cannot understand any response coming from your source to cater all your questions and inquiries. We choose this name because every time we have a task or assignments to do and it requires us on researching through the internet, our group mates experience not having a good internet connection. We cannot proceed to our next agenda since we were stuck on our research task. It's hard having an unstable internet connection. It makes our frustrations grow even bigger and our tasks will get piled up. This serves as one of our hard times conducting a fact-finding solutions to our answers. So when our instructor told us to come up with our own communication model, we decided that it will be all about our own experiences having online classes or online researches. Because sometimes, our internet connection will not cooperate and will take a lot of time before they can give us answers. So, unconnected communication model is when you have a connection to the internet but it will be cut off in no time because of having an intervention or interference that will make our connection unconnected to the internet. So, to learn more about our model, let's hear from Kay and Honey to further discuss the unconnected communication model.
Oh hey guys, this is Kay Angela Bihar by the way, as introduced by my lovely friend Miss Leslie Rendina. Okay, now let me just fix my cam really quick for you guys. Okay, we got the perfect angle. We got it? Okay, let's continue though. The unconnected communication model. Okay, to explain further, I will just give a bit of a recap, or much less, probably a summary of what the model is about. And that is, anyone that, well, let's just say a sender, and then they're having a question, or they want to ask Google something, and then probably just because of the interference, probably signal losses, you got internet connectivity issues, and then you have just tons of other things that are related to you having issues with your internet connectivity, which in return you would get no feedback. So you'd be like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like, why is this happening to me? But let me just relate that in the business context, in which you have seen in the video for the first 10 minutes, or I think the first 15 minutes in the video. So the business video, it was actually about businesses. Of course, the business video, it's about businesses, but my point being is that it talked about how the Philippines had actually slow internet, and then Filipinos just having issues, you know? And like, not a lot of businesses are actually trying to cope up or adapt with the modern generation that we have, which is, I think, is a necessity for most businesses now, because in this generation, a lot of people are actually starting to get tech savvy. And now, if you don't know what tech savvy means, that is the term used for people that are actually into online things, or in general, just into the digital world. I think that's how you would define it, but I'm pretty sure that is how I would define it, just based on my research and just based on how I've learned it from all my classes before and prior knowledge as well. No, I'm not kidding. Okay, so let's continue. The business model. How could I relate that to our unconnected communication model? Now, I could actually connect it in a way that the sender are actually the buyers, or potential clients, potential customers, whatever you call it. They could be searching for a specific product or service right now, and then they would actually get nothing in return because of the interference, having a slow connectivity issue, the signal losses, the buffering issues, the loading issues. So that would actually probably lead them to not getting any responses at all, or probably inaccurate responses at times, in which their concerns or the products that they would look for, the services they would look for, would be directed to different businesses that aren't even related to what they are actually looking for, if you get what I mean. But yeah, that would actually be the main point on the business and how it's connected with the unconnected communication model, by the way, pardon me. Okay, so to continue this amazing and entertaining educational video, I would like to pass my camera on to my friend Honey Pasturan, who will be discussing furthermore about our unconnected communication model and giving further examples regarding it to make you understand, guys. So, Miss Honey, let's go!
So I'm sure by now you already understand what our communication model is all about, right? So basically, it's about someone who is looking for information or asking a question in a laptop, or can be any gadgets. And then the laptop or the other gadgets can't provide a feedback or answer right away because of the interference of having slow or no internet connection at all. So, as we all know, during the time of pandemic, almost all the activities were conducted online, especially online classes. And the students rely on the internet to search for information which can help them to learn more, or searching ideas that could help them in doing their assignments or their projects or their outputs. And it is very different in the traditional way of looking for information, because before, we still need to go to the library or buy books to find the information that we want. But today, we only need gadgets and an internet, and we can already get many information that could help us. But the problem is that Philippines is one of the countries having slow internet connection. We only have few internet infrastructures, which is not enough to provide a strong internet connection to all places in the Philippines, especially to the provinces or secluded areas. And it results to
Ganun pa, gumaganong-ganon pa, rumorolyo-rolyo pa siya.
I-restart mo nga yung internet.
Ayan o, connecting pa rin.
It results to slow or no internet connection at all. That's why the other students can't get the answers or information that they want right away because the internet is very slow, and sometimes it loses its signal. So once they ask or type questions in their laptops or gadgets, they will wait longer before they can receive the answer that they want because of the slow internet connection. So, me and my group mates often experience this one, especially when making our marketing plan. So, we are assigned with different parts to make, and we need to search in the internet for additional information like examples and guide for us to know how to make them. And as we all know, after the Typhoon Odette, the internet connection in Cebu was really bad. So, every time I search on my laptop for information about the part that I need to do in our marketing plan, I can't get the answer right away because my internet connection is very slow. And it frustrates me because it took me longer before I finish making my part in our marketing plan. So me, as the sender, who asks question to the receiver, which is my laptop, and my laptop can't give me a feedback or answer right away because of the interference of having slow internet connection.
Overall, our communication model is not just about a customer searching for a product, a business searching for potential customers, and a student searching for information using their laptops or any gadgets. This is about a sender, which can be anyone who is looking for or asking something through any search engine using their laptops or gadgets. Yet, their gadgets can't give them the answer right away because of the interference, which is low or no internet connection at all. I know we can't do anything about it because it's beyond our control, and in this situation we have no choice but to really rely on our internet service providers. We just hope that in the future that this problem is the least of our concerns, since we are getting more digitalized, and it would be very frustrating if in the future we are still unconnected.
Oh, so basically, unconnected communication model is about people having a poor internet connection while searching online. Just like what I had encountered earlier. I cannot proceed to my other task because I am not yet complete with my first task. Now, I understand why they named that model as unconnected communication model.